On this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, we've got some friends from the Kit Kat Club coming in to share a sneak peek at the current IU musical Cabaret.
And IU has some pretty strange classes, from scuba diving to fencing. IU offers it all. We'll show you more. What's Up Weekly starts now. Welcome in and bienvenue to What's Up Weekly. I'm Callie Lichter.
And I'm Lucy Kellison.
What's Up Weekly correspondent Carson Johnson is in studio to tell us all about IU's strange course list. Carson?
Thanks, guys. As a Big Ten university, there is no shortage of classes to take here at IU, but some of them are a bit more peculiar than you'd imagine. Take a look. As the 15th largest university in America, IU has an abundance of classes for students to take. Of course, there's the standard classes that everyone has heard of, like biology and chemistry labs, K201, and the dreaded finite math. But did you know about MUSZ404, the music of Bob Dylan? What about Intro to Fishing, or maybe History of the Italian Mafia? There is no shortage of quirky classes such as these that students can take to expose them to a range of topics outside their major. Lots of these classes are offered in the Jacobs School of Music. Professor Jeremy Podgorski, who teaches one of IU's most iconic elective courses, the history of rock and roll, thinks these classes are important to help students unwind from their otherwise stressful schedules.
Not to say that courses in other departments aren't enjoyable, but I think that what we offer in our department provides a perspective for students to enjoy and appreciate art all around them in their everyday lives.
Many of the fun and interesting classes in question are offered right here in the School of Public Health. Such classes range from sword fighting to mixed martial arts and even scuba diving.
With our diving classes, one of my goals is to make it so that you're not worried about your scuba class when you're studying for your finite exam or you're getting prepared to do your big biochem exam, is that you're not thinking about, oh crap, what am I going to find time to study for scuba, while still making it something that's rewarding and interesting.
Whether you're looking to enhance your knowledge of the world around you or just have some extra space in your schedule, IU has plenty of course options to help you take a load off.
We got to turn things down every now and then and turn the grind down and like enjoy art and enjoy music, and I think these classes are perfect to help give a new lens.
That bit at the end I mentioned about taking a load off was no exaggeration. IU actually offers courses over mindfulness and meditation, and I think we can all agree that everybody can use a little bit of that in their lives. Lucy and Callie, back to you.
Still to come on What's Up Weekly, we'll get you caught up on this week's trending topics.
Fans have been camping out in Argentina since June to see Taylor Swift, who's coming in November.
And things seem to be getting pretty serious between Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper. All that and more coming up.
Who's Your News Source? Wednesdays on IUSTV.
Welcome back to Trending Topics. Now, as I mentioned right before our break, fans have been lining up in specifically Argentina since June to see Taylor Swift, and she doesn't perform there for I think another week or two. Like, it's definitely till like later this month. But I learned that's a very common thing to do when big artists go to like specifically like Latin American, South American countries.
I don't know if I've ever dedicated anything in my life for that amount of time, so I applaud all the Swifties who went.
Well, I learned through like that, big artists, and I kind of knew this, big artists like Taylor Swift, like when One Direction, Justin Bieber, they don't really go to countries outside of like, North America and Europe. They don't really go to like other countries besides those. So it's very common. People want to be the front row for big name artists like Taylor Swift. So yeah, since June, and apparently they've been taking rotations, like one person, like one day their friend will come, their friend will come. That's camping to an insane level.
Wow, the dedication is absolutely insane. I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
But you're more of a Swiftie than I am, so maybe you would do it?
Maybe. I think I camped out like 4 hours for Green Day once, but I think that's kind of my limit. I think that's my limit.
Speaking of Green Day, Gigi Hadid.
Yeah.
Gigi Hadid has been dating Bradley Cooper, and there's a 20-year age difference between the two of them. And apparently magazines have been getting lots of anonymous sources saying that the relationship is on steroids and just really going really, really fast.
Okay, interesting. I mean, they both are legal adults. Gigi is 28 and Cooper is 48, I think. So like the age gap isn't really, you know, something concerned to me. But, you know, she does have a child with Zayn Malik, right?
Yes, I totally forgot about that. So she just went to like a complete girl boss dinner with Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez and some other really big names. But when she left the event, paparazzi apparently caught her running back into Cooper. And so that's why people think things are getting very, very serious.
Okay, really interesting. I would love to see how this develops because this is a couple I did not see coming, and I don't really know if I'm here for them until I see a little bit more.
And maybe their next date will be going to see Taylor Swift in Argentina.
Oh yeah, maybe. And when we come back, we sit down with the Kit Kat Club to talk about the upcoming IU musical, Cabaret.
And we have IU's response to online AI chatbots. Stay with us.
Hoosier Sports Night, your source for Hoosier athletics.
We're back now with Brady and Abby. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I know your schedules are so jam-packed with the show going on and everything, but thank you for carving out some time to be on Woo this week.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So our first question is kind of a two-parter. The first is, what role do you play in the show? And then what is Cabaret all about?
Sure. So I play Sally Bowles.
And I play Cliff Bradshaw. The story kind of follows Cliff Bradshaw as he's an American writer, but he moves to Berlin looking for some inspiration to write a novel about. But he moves to Berlin and he finds this place called the Kit Kat Club. It's a cabaret club, kind of nightlife. And there's this performer, Sally Bowles, who catches his eye. And you kind of watch their relationship grow and how both of them experience Berlin in the 1930s. And it's a beautiful story about art, passion, and other things that you can imagine would happen in Berlin in the 1930s.
Wow, so you guys are some pretty big roles in the show always. And so how long have you guys been practicing for this whole thing?
We've been practicing since we got back to school, so I think August 11th.
21st, I think.
Oh, 21st, my bad. We came to school and started rehearsing, but I know for me, I did some work over the summer. Watched the movies. I went to London actually and I saw Cabaret, which was awesome. And just a lot of research and reading and figuring out who our characters are. And I think what was interesting to me is on our first day of rehearsal, our director asked us what we were hungry for. And she asked all of the characters, like, what you're hungry for. So I said Sally Bowles was hungry for love, fame, and attention. I don't know what you said about Cliff, but I thought that was interesting. One of our research points we had to know.
Yeah.
Was that.
Yeah. No, Cliff kind of just said he's hungry to write. He's something to write about. It's just one motive. Yeah.
So there are a lot of cool numbers in this show. I love Cabaret. What is your guys' favorite dance number specifically in the show?
My favorite to watch is Money. I'm not in that one, but my favorite one to do would probably be Mama. Don't Tell Mama. It's just so fun and silly and just awesome.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't dance, so I love Money. Money is a wonderful number, but also Don't Tell Mama is fantastic as well.
So you said that you did a lot of preparation over the summer and you did as well. Do you think there was a key moment where you kind of fell into your character?
Yes. I think there was a breakthrough for me was in rehearsal, but then my major breakthrough was just when I put the costume on and the wig and the makeup, and I was like, okay, I'm Sally Bowles now. That was probably my breakthrough. Just the wig really helped me.
Yeah. For me, we had I don't know if you guys know Patti LuPone is, but she's a 2-time Tony Award-winning actress, and she came into the master class with us, and that day she was just talking about her experiences and giving us some advice, and I think her words really touched me, but she was like, you know your work, you've done your work, and just go out and experience making art. And that day, I just did the run. I was like, I know my blocking, I know my lines, I know where everything goes, like, I'm just gonna have fun, and I did have fun, but I think that was the day that, like, the character really clicked for me.
Patty is such an icon. I am so incredibly jealous. I would have loved to meet her. And we could talk about a little like that later, you know. But kind of switching gears, so Cabaret deals with some kind of like serious themes. One's like explicitly said, one's not explicitly said. How do you as a performer kind of tackle those?
Well, I mean, research is a really big thing. You need to know what you're talking about. we've had very many conversations about how each character is specifically affected by the things that happen, what happens before the show, what happens in between the scenes, what happens after. I think something that I struggled with was separating what I know from what my character knows. There's this obviously that need where you're like, in the grand scheme of things, it's 2023. You know everything that happens, but in 1930, there's still 16 years, I believe, until World War II ends. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to have your character forget, but also still tell the story in the right direction, which was my challenge.
Yeah, I agree with that fully, especially Sally Bowles. She even has a line in the show. She's like, politics, like what has that got to do with us? Like she doesn't know anything. She doesn't care. Her life is kind of this big facade that she just lives through and sings and drinks and does everything. She doesn't really care. So I think definitely, especially like what's going on now in the world and me being Jewish too, it was kind of hard to battle those hard topics and be someone who's so ignorant to all of it and doesn't care. So I would say, and I think our cast did a really good job of just staying educated on current topics too, and just all being aware that this is sadly happening again. And I think just educating yourself on what's happened in the past and what's happening now is just a really good way to stay level-headed on a show like this.
Wow, so Cabaret is a very serious production, and you guys have done an absolutely fabulous job with it. It's been on your mind for so long. What's up next for you guys as actors?
I'm going to be music directing the musical Falsettos with the student organization University Players. So that's next for me. We open in February, so keep an eye out for stuff like that.
For me, I'm just kind of staying in school, being a musical theatre major, but I have got a new season. I'm in a podcast, so there's a new season of that coming out. It's called Tomorrow with Gen Z Media. I play Annie on it. It's coming out soon. So, yeah, that's what's coming up new for me.
Well, I wish you guys luck on all your future endeavors. And again, thank you so much for coming and being with us today and chatting with us about Cabaret.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Yeah.
And after the break, we bring you IU's reaction to advancements in AI. We'll be right back.
The Toss-Up, Fridays on IUSTV.
Welcome back. What's Up Weekly correspondent Lucinda Larnick is in studio to give us the latest on AI chatbots. Lucinda?
Thanks, guys. Recently, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, introduced a new form of chatbot on Instagram. But this time, it's an AI-generated persona of many celebrities we know and love. This week, I get a closer look at the tech behind the bots to see how people on campus feel about the uncanny profiles.
When they talked about robots taking over, this is what they meant. Like in 10 years. No, they meant now.
Mark Zuckerberg has recently created social media AI chatbots, which can now interact with other users on the platform. Kendall Jenner and Tom Brady are two of many celebrities who have collaborated with Zuckerberg and have given their virtual identity away, and the likeness is uncanny.
I don't like that too much. I don't understand that.
You can't even tell what's fake and what's real anymore, which is probably gonna make everything worse now in the future.
But while many college students are concerned, former IU student Ashley Horner is using AI in her new job. She's now able to use the avatar of her own to communicate with international clients.
And that is such a powerful tool, because now we can communicate with people and our clients in ways we hadn't been able to do before in such an efficient way.
She's also able to apply the AI to her creation, ideation, and collaboration instead of fearing it.
I love it. I am so pro AI. I know people have their reservations, and I understand why. It can be super frightening.
With the increased use of deepfakes within social media, many people don't know what to believe. For example, this video right here has been created with AI, a generated avatar of myself. Weird, right? Celebrities may be the first ones to have these types of profiles, but as it develops, one can decide for themselves whether they'd like to use it in the future.
I like that we have an evolving world and our technology is constantly growing, but I don't think it's a necessity.
There will of course be opposing views on the subject, but one thing for certain is that we all have our own choice in our own reality to do what we want offline.
You can learn more about the personalities online at about.facebook.com and interact with the AIs from there if you choose. Back to you, Lucy and Callie.
I think we should get AI personalities.
I think that should be our headshots for the next show opener.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, I get so tired of having to dress up each week and put on makeup. What if we just, you know, get the fake versions of us to put on makeup and get dressed every week and do the show?
Yeah, well, surprise, that was this whole episode. This has all been fake.
We are
and
AIs.
that's what's up this week. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
Be sure to follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at IUSTV News.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm the real Lucy Kellison.
And I'm the fake Callie Lichter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.